So today I'm going to be showing y'all how to do a quick, easy glam look. So first I'm starting off with priming my lid. I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I just put a little dot on my eyelid, and I'm now spreading it and just kind of packing it on with a dense flat brush. And then from here, I'm just going to keep blending it out until it's all smooth and packed down and my whole eyelid is primed. And you just want to make sure that you get it smooth. You still want it a little tacky, but you don't want it too wet, so that's why blending it out is the best. Then we're going to take this yellow shade and we're going to use that as our transition shade. So we're going to start at the outer corner of the eye and just kind of work it in. I'm doing circular motions. I'm using a big fluffy brush. You can really use any type of blending brush. The fluffier the better. It's going to distribute the color and just kind of blend it out easier. Because this is a transition shade, you don't have to be too precise with the color. I am picking up and just kind of building it together. It does have very good pigment, but I'm starting out soft and then kind of working it more just so it's not too pigmented right away because we are going to be laying colors on top of it. So we're just going to keep blending until it's all blended out at the top. We don't want any harsh lines. And then I'm just using backwards like windshield wiper movements as well as little circles. And then we're going to dip into this orange color right here. And then we're going to place that right underneath the yellow. It's going to kind of overlap the yellow color. We're mainly focusing that on the outer corner of our eye. And then we're just going to keep working it again using windshield wiper movements and kind of circles. We want to make sure that the two colors blend out really evenly and distribute really nicely amongst each other. Now I am focusing that more towards the outer just so the color is bigger on that part. We don't want the inside of the eye to be too thick with color because then it'll take away from the lid. Now I'm going to be dipping into this dark brown shade, and then from here I'm just going to pack it on the outside of my lid. So by this I'm just going to tap it down on the lid. Not so much blending right away. I'm just going to make sure that I'm tapping it to get the most color pigment. And then from there I'm going to slowly blend it and drag it outwards onto the outside of my lid. I want to make sure that I try to keep that color underneath the orange color, and I don't want to go too far. And then from here, I'm just going back with the yellow and orange colors on that big fluffy brush, and I'm going to try to blend it out as much as possible because I don't want any harsh lines from that brown to that orange. And I'm just going to keep blending until I feel like everything is blended out. And then from here, I'm just going to keep packing on that brown because some of it got blended away. And now I'm going into this lighter brown shade, and I'm going to just pack that on top of that dark brown shade just so it gives it a little bit of brown tones instead of a dark black tone. And I'm just going to pack that on. So then I'm going to take a little bit more of that yellow color that we first started off that transition shade with and blend it out again to make sure that there are no harsh lines. Blending is key to this look. Now I'm going to take a little bit of concealer. I typically put it on the back of my hand, and then I take a small skinny flat brush and I dip it in the concealer, and then I place the concealer on my lid. This is called cutting the crease. So pretty much what I'm doing is I'm taking that concealer and placing it on my lid, and then I'm going to cut out where I want that glittery pigment. So what you do is you try to typically stay on your eyelid. For me, it is kind of hard to cut the crease. You do need a little bit of practice. It's not the easiest thing to do, but you're just going to keep putting that concealer all over the lid and kind of pretty much carving out exactly where you want that glittery pigment to go. And this helps from keeping that glittery, shimmery pigment from getting all over. So I'm taking this glittery gold color on my finger because that's where you get the most pigmentation from the color from. I find if you use your finger, it helps with the pigmentation as, rather than using a brush. I am going to be using a small little shader brush like this to get kind of close to that corner of my eye and the line where I cut the crease, just so I have a precise line. And then I'm going to go into this lighter gold color and I'm going to place that right on top of that dark shimmery gold. And this is just to help lighten up the gold color. From there, I'm going to take that darker brown color again, and this time I'm going to take where the end of that gold color is and I'm going to kind of blend it. So I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to just kind of go back and forth in the middle of that color just so it blends it out and it doesn't have a harsh line. And you can just keep going back and forth until you feel like it's completely blended and both colors kind of mesh together. And then again, I'm just taking that big fluffy brush with no new pigment on it, so I didn't dip it into any colors, and I'm just going back and forth. Off camera, I quickly put on some eyeliner and some mascara, and I'm just kind of showing y'all what it looks like now after you do the top lid and you place that eyeliner and mascara. I'm going to take this glittery kind of white color and I'm going to place that in the inner corner of my eye, kind of where your tear duct is, and this helps just to brighten up the eye and to make it pop. I'm also going to place that same color right underneath my brow, right kind of on top of that yellow and orange color. Now for underneath the eyes, I'm going to dip into that same brown color and I'm going to place it really, really close to my eye, like the underneath of your eye where your lashes meet your eyelid. And I'm just going to kind of buff that in really closely. And then I'm going to take that orange and yellow color and I'm going to go underneath it and kind of blend that out. I did apply fake lashes off camera because it does take me a while to do it and I didn't want to bore y'all. Now I'm just going to go in underneath the lashes and place a little bit of mascara to make the eyes pop. And yes, I did get it on my skin. This is me realizing that I got the mascara on my face and also bringing me a Q-tip so I can wipe it off. And this is the final look, guys. This is a quick, easy glam look using the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette, Armed and Gorgeous palette. Thank you for watching.